to start, we have to talk a little bit about a little new terminology. So when we want to find the area of a regular polygon, that regular polygon will be made up of multiple triangles. And it depends on how many sides there are. Those triangles are formed from the center of the polygon to the two vertices, or all of the vertices for that matter. When we take a segment and we drop it from the center of the polygon to a vertex, that's the radius of the circle. And when we drop a perpendicular from that center to the base, that's something called the apothem. Okay? Nothing more than a segment that goes from the center of a circle to, or from a center of a regular polygon to its base. And it's perpendicular to its base. Just making sure you understand what the vocab is. Okay? So far, so good? Nothing. It's nothing on your sheet yet. Okay, this is just in general. All right, so now we're ready to talk about this very first problem. We're going to, first of all, find the sum of the interior angles of this polygon. What kind of polygon is this? A triangle. Specifically, because it's regular, it's an equilateral and equiangular triangle. Okay? So how many degrees are there in a triangle, interior-wise? 180. Okay? If it's a triangle and has 3 angles, then each angle has to be 60 degrees. Good. So the sum of the interior angles is 180. We have a formula, n minus 2 times 180, that can help us find it when it's something more than what we already know. We know all triangles have 180 degrees as their interior angles. And we divided that by 3. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by the number of sides. In this case, the number of sides is 3. Gives us 60 degrees. This is nothing new, just a refresher of what we've done before. Okay? So each of those angles is 60 degrees. Doesn't matter what kind of polygon it is. Do you remember how many degrees there are around the exterior angles of a polygon? 360. Doesn't matter how many angles there are, how many sides there are. It's always 360. So on your sheet, if you want to put 360 in each of those spots, you can certainly do that. And since we have 3 exterior angles, 360 divided by 3 is 120 degrees. Okay? Interior angle was 60 degrees, exterior angle is 120. Okay? So we want to find the apothem. We drop a perpendicular from the center of our circle, or the center of our polygon, straight down to the base. That's our apothem. That's its name. Most people haven't. This is something we only hear in geometry. Okay? That's our apothem, and we want to use that to find the area of our polygon. The reason we do that is if we take a segment that goes from the center to the vertex, that's our radius. We do that over here as well. I've got one small triangle now, actually 2 small triangles. Okay, if I can find the area of one of those triangles and take that area times 3, I'll have my area of my whole polygon. Okay? And this is the height of this small triangle. And here is my base of my small triangle, or of the whole triangle. Okay? So, if this is 60 degrees to begin with, and I drop a radius to here, that bisects it, so how much is the angle going to be now? 30. So I have a 30-degree angle here. Because it was 60, I'm dividing that by 2. Okay, so I've got a 30-degree angle. I want to find the side that is opposite that 30-degree angle in a right triangle, and I know the hypotenuse. On your paper, it says the radius of each circle is going to be equal to 2 for consistency's sake. So I know that the hypotenuse is 2. I'm trying to find the opposite. So from trig, does anybody remember which one uses opposite and hypotenuse? The sine. The SOHCAHTOA, the sine. Okay. The sine of our angle, the sine of 30, will be equal to the apothem over the hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse, apothem over 2. How do I solve that for A? Multiply both sides by 2. So in your calculator, take 2 times the sine of 30. So the sine of 30 is 1/2. We take that times 2 and we get, should be 1. Calculator, make sure it's in degree mode. And take the sine of 30, close your parentheses, times 2. Now take it times 2. Everybody get? Okay, we're taking the sine of 30 times 2. What do we get? 1. Okay, everybody get 1 for their apothem? Okay, 1 unit. So we found our apothem. Now we need to find our base. But the problem is we don't have the whole base. We just have this little guy that we're looking for first. And then we'll double it to find the whole base. So this little base is next to the 30-degree angle. Gentlemen, please stop. Okay. Children, please stop. Okay, you guys have not written a thing down, okay, and you're not focusing. Please focus. So I don't have to come back and stand by you all the time. Okay. So we want to find that base. Which one are we using? Sine, cosine, or tangent? We're looking for the adjacent, the part that's next to it, so we'll use the cosine. And we'll use this over and over and over again. So the cosine of 30 will be our little base, our half base, divided by the hypotenuse. In this case, it happens to be 2. Okay. So when we take 2 times the cosine of 30, we'll get our half base. And what is that? .732. So 1.73 is good enough for us in today for the 2 decimal places. 1.73. Okay. Now that's our little b. That's only half of this whole base. So let's take that times 2. So it ended up being 2 times the cosine of 30, and we're going to have to double that. So when we do that, we get 2.46. Okay? So this whole base is 2.46. While that's in your calculator, how would we find the perimeter of our triangle? 3 point, yeah, makes sense. 3.46. Thank you. So if our whole base is 3.46, how would we find the perimeter? All the way around that triangle. How would we find the perimeter? Triple it. Yep. There are three sides to our triangle. So if we take it times 3, we get our whole triangle, right? So 3 times our base, 3 times that 3.46. What do we get? 10.38. Okay, 10.38 all the way around. Okay. Now let's find the area of that polygon. To find the area of one triangle, what's the formula for area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2, right? Okay. Our base is our full B. Our height is our apothem. And we're going to divide that by 2. So we're going to take the 3.46 times our apothem, which was 1, and we're going to divide that by 2. And what do we get? 1.73. So that is one of these triangles. How many triangles do I have? That was this whole triangle. So we have a total of 3 of them. So we will take 3 times one of those triangles to get our whole thing. And how much is that? 5.19. Okay. So we have found the perimeter and the area of that equilateral triangle. Okay. Questions on this slide? Okay. Oh, sorry. Give you a couple seconds. All right, ready for the next one? Here we go. What kind of figure is this? A square. Okay. So how much do the interior angles add up to? 360. Quadrilaterals. All quadrilaterals have interior angles that add up to 360. Okay. So each interior angle, right now, we're doing this. Okay. Each interior angle is going to be how much? 90. So we have 90 degrees everywhere. So the sum of the interior angles, sum of exterior angles is always going to be, doesn't matter how many, sum of exterior will always be 360. Divide that 360 by 4, and our exterior angle is 90. Okay. We're ready to find A, the apothem. Okay. If you want to call it the height, you can do that. We drop it perpendicular to the base. This was a 90-degree angle when I make my triangle here. How many degrees will it be? 45. It's always going to be your interior angle divided by 2. Okay, so we have a 45-degree angle. That means that we are looking for the opposite, and on this sheet today for practice, your radius is always 2, the hypotenuse is 2. So once again, opposite hypotenuse, sine. The sine of 45 will be equal to our apothem, or our height, over our hypotenuse, which is 2. So take 2 times the sine of 45 to find our apothem. Okay. We'll come back to it. So 2 times the sine of 45, what do we get? 1.41. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so 1.41 is our apothem, or our height. Let's find our base. But remember, this is our little base. It's only a half base. This is our b sub 1. Okay, so we're going to say the cosine of 45 is equal to our adjacent divided by our hypotenuse. Okay, in this case, it's always going to be 2. Not always for tomorrow. 2 times the cosine of 45 gets us our little base, our half base. So when you take 2 times the cosine of 45, what do you get? Try to get 1.41. Okay, so this is 1.41, but we have to double it to find our whole base. If this is 1.41, the whole base is 2.82. Okay, if you clear your calculator in between, it'll be 2.82. Okay, to find the area of the triangle, we take 1/2 the base times the height, or base times height divided by 2. In this case, our base is our big B, or our B, and our height is the apothem. So we're taking 2.82 times 1.41 and dividing that by 2. And what do we get for the area of one triangle? Because we had to double the little half base to find the full base. So what do you get? One more time. 1.988. So 1.99 for rounding to the hundredths place again. So if 1.99 is the area of one triangle, how many triangles do we have altogether? 4. So we'll take 1.99 times 4. And we get 7.96. Okay. How do I find the perimeter of my polygon? The base times 4. 2.82 is my full base. So 2.82 times 4 is how much? Thank you. So far, so good? Give you a little time to finish writing. We went through it quickly. All right, how you feeling? You got this, or you want to do one more together? Okay. If you want to do, yeah, if you want to do this, you can start working yourself, and I can work the next one out. You can check yourself to make sure it's right. 2 places is good. 2 decimal places. Is that what everyone feels? Feel like? Or do you want to see one more just in case? Okay. Number 6. Okay. Okay. We can look at number 6 together. Get started on it, and then we'll see how you do. Okay. Number 6 has how many sides? 8. So you're going to start out with 8 sides, right? N is 8. So start number 6, and then we'll talk about it together. Number 6. Someone wanted to see that one next. So 8 sides, octagon. We're going to draw a triangle. Yep, drop a triangle with an apothem, perpendicular to the base from the center. Always divide by n here, the number of sides. God bless you. All right, when you're finished, check yourself and see if you made any mistakes, and if so, I'll help you figure out what you did wrong.